All right, you guys, we're going to get rocking right now tonight. I'm so glad that you're all here. So glad that you're joining us. This is about rocking your business. So just in case we get a few random people who are jumping in and just new to the business, I want to give you a little bit of a story, like my 30-second story of why I got in. And then I want to tell you about something that happened to me. Jenna is just texting me. What time is the Zoom? It's now. Sorry, hang on.
Do you want me to message her the link? Does she have it?
If you could, April, that'd be
okay.
Fun.
Yeah.
I just texted her it's on now. I posted it on Facebook, so there might be a random person, Danielle, that is not yet on our team. But here's my goal, and I want to tell you, just in case we have those random people, I lost my home and lost my health due to toxic mold exposure about 15 years ago. And I had been struggling to get that to that next level of health. And I did once I found Isogenics about a year ago. You guys, my anniversary for Isogenics is coming up. I had such an instantaneous reaction to the products that I felt like overwhelmingly giddy, unusually teenager-like, and I just wanted to share this story with other people, because if you've ever lost your health, whether even it's just a cold or the flu, you know how much being sidelined sucks. And for me, my husband and I were literally on oxygen. I couldn't walk up a flight of stairs if my life depended on it. So for me, this is like a life tether that I have found some superfood products that have changed my life and my husband's life. And I want to be honest with you guys and share something that happened to me recently. April and Danielle know this. The past week I've been really frustrated because I've seen my business end of this, and this is about rocking your business. I made the decision about, 10 months ago. It was a little bit after I started taking the products and I liked the products. My goal in life is to change people's lives. All I want to do is spread the joy, spread my passion for healthy living with others. And that's what I've done through fitness classes. And it's an instantaneous reaction with my fitness classes where I get it right there. People are all in and they're smiling and we're all sweating together and having fun. And we go home and it feels great. And we come back again the next day or whenever. And I thought with Isogenics, this might be a way to maintain a daily connection with people and get more people like Bob and Jody and Rachel and people who haven't been coming to my Zumba classes and Lauren Colt to experience the joy for having good health, whether or not you do Zumba at all. So I made the decision about 10 months ago to get into the business end of it. And when I do something, I'm kind of all in. I guess no kind of about it. I'm all in. I went to the Isogenics convention 10 days after taking the products because I had such an instantaneous reaction. And so I was in the, I don't even know how it happened, but I got into the Millionaire Challenge, and through April and Danielle helping me, I was able to rank pretty high and met a lot of great people and got to share dinner with April and a lot of wonderful, wonderful people that you guys will hopefully meet at Celebration in just a month, in under a month. And so I saw my business skyrocket, take off immediately within the first 6 months. And then after the holidays, as things do, kind of dip down and dip down. And I tried to share, like I did at the beginning, share on Facebook, and Ted shared, and we would just talk to people like you do. And then in the last couple of weeks, I have seen my business drop incredibly. And I got really, I'll be honest with you, I got really frustrated and it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. It's not like a Zumba class where I can go in and have a blast, have an instantaneous reaction, and go home and, lick my wounds, so to speak, and get a massage because I'm sore, and go at it again the next day. It's for running a business. when you make the decision to go all in, it's all in. And it sometimes becomes a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week job. For those of us who decided to get into this virtual franchise business. But here's what happened to me and why things shifted for me today. And yeah, today. A guy that works for us, his dad, he just found out yesterday his dad has esophageal cancer. And of course, everybody who works for us, from Ted's Band and Crew to the people we have in Michigan or here in Texas, I share products. I share it with all the band members in the crew, because what Ted's crew does is an incredible job. It's not like they get to have fun. They're working their butts off. They tear down the stage, load up the trucks, drive overnight, and set it up again. So they have to have energy, and complete health. They got to be on as much as possible. So of course I share the products with them. So this one particular person was not a big fan of the products. I've never been able to, even though he works for us, never been able to get him convinced to use the products or get involved in the business end. And we all know that 80% of Isagenix people who jump in are just product users. They're not going to get involved in the business. It's why I'm talking to you, Rachel and Kendall and Jody and Bob and everybody else who's on here. I want to encourage you to keep on keeping on, because you're going to get to that one person like Lauren Culp, who just happened to see Ted and I on Facebook and went, I'm all in. And Lauren is a rock star now. He shared Isagenix with his whole community. And so, long story short, this guy said his dad's having a hard time. He's going to probably go through chemotherapy, and he has a hard time swallowing. And Ted went, you got to take the greens. Give him the greens and fruits. Get it down any way you can. Ionics in the morning. So it happens when you least expect it. And that's when I realized that's why I'm doing this. Because yes, I can teach Zumba fitness classes, hopefully for a long time. I'll be 55 and I'm going to keep doing it until I'm 85 or as long as I can. But this is something that we can share with people who aren't going to be, workout aholics like April is, now that she's going to win the Isabody Challenge. Let's just say that. Let's put it, look at that. Let's just put it out there. It's going to happen.
I'm waiting for the phone call this week.
And we're all going to be there in Las Vegas, April, cheering you on. I'm going to be there front and center, taking the pictures. But anyways, I just wanted to kind of reinvigorate you, because I know it's difficult. It's tough. And Rachel and I just did an event yesterday, and Rachel, you're a rock star. Like, she just rocked. We whipped this thing together. I said, Rachel, I'm in town till Tuesday. Can you put something together over the weekend? She's like, yep, got it all planned. And it was great.
Awesome, Rachel.
And she decided to do it. This is what she told me yesterday. And I would like to have a couple of you give me a 30-second and give all of us a 30-second idea of some of the struggles and challenges that you're encountering. Like, I know Brian, we all have our different cross to bear, so to speak, but I want to encourage you to keep going, because Rachel mentioned yesterday she's going to do this every 2 weeks, even if it's just her and one other person. You never know who you are going to come across. You never know how this is going to change somebody's life extraordinarily. So, okay, I'll get off my bandwagon and let you guys have a few words. But April and Danielle, we're going to keep this under an hour. Like, already we're 15 minutes in it. But April and Danielle and I no, promise.
We promise.
Or you're going to hear Ted yelling at me. And we all have those things to deal with, too. We have to bide our time, right? So it's like, I'm good. I got to make dinner after this. So anyways.
I have Jim making dinner.
Whoa. High five, sister. but we are going to do this every couple of weeks. And April and Danielle and I are going to set up a process where we can do a Zoom. Oh, we see Bob and Jody now. We're going to set up phone calls where you can call in or you can schedule, look on the schedule, and I'm going to make myself available for 30 minutes every week, April and Danielle too, in kind of first come, first serve. We will three-way call with you or do a Zoom call like this with your people. And we're going to make it, my schedule is erratic because I'm traveling all summer long. I'm almost in a different city every day like Ted. So I will make myself available because I literally get high by seeing you guys get high on isogenics and sharing this with other people. I mean, it makes my day. So we're going to talk to you more about how to build your business. And we want to hear from you. If you can write in, if you can find the chat box, while we're talking, if you have specific questions about obstacles, one of the things that we are going to do also, Danielle's going to make it available so that we have, say you've got somebody's got an objection about money. We're going to have the comments, kind of like a telephone script, so that you can understand how to come back with that. And it's not arguing with people, but I understand what that's like because that is a huge objection. Am I right? Money is a big problem. And so we're gonna share those ideas with you guys. And I'm gonna let April and Danielle take it over, and then we're gonna pick a couple people to share a quick story. So think about your quick story that you want to share with us, what you're struggling with, and how we can help you. Okay, April, take it away.
All right. Shemane's amazing, right? We're so lucky to have her as a leader here on our team. And she really has such a heart to not only help people achieve better health, but to help you really take part in like the full Isogenics mission. And if you don't know what their mission statement is, and they repeat it, you'll hear it a lot of times at Celebration, it's to help people transform their lives physically and financially. And so while some people may only take that physical journey with us, we want to always make sure that they understand the financial journey is also available. And that's what we're here for, because there's no reason why people even need to pay for their products. And that's partly what we want to talk about tonight, is how to get your products paid for. Because as I always say, like when you go to the grocery store, no matter how many people you refer to your local grocery store, no matter how many times you push that cart up and down the aisle, I mean, we just went there tonight just to grab a few things for dinner, and it was like $80. Just for like, I mean, there was no wine in the cart. There was like one package of meat. There was like some toiletry items. I mean, it was like nothing. And you're like, how can this be $80 for like, literally I have to go back tomorrow to do the rest of my shopping. So our job here is to really say Isogenics is a grocery store, and they are offering us a way to get it free. So the money objection, like you said, Shemane, it's really kind of a very simple way to pass health along to others and eat healthier for free. So it's actually a less cost in the long run. But Danielle's going to start off by talking about making money while you sleep and the vision of Isogenics of what is virtual franchising. Because I think we sort of need a bird's eye view, because most of us are used to showing up at a job and billing for our time or earning a salary, and this is a totally different endeavor, and which is why it can be frustrating at times, because it's not this steady upward climb. You know, it's like everything in life kind of goes in waves. Danielle and I live here in Florida, and in the winter time, there are twice or three times as many people, because people come from the north down here, the snowbirds, and the restaurants are packed and the roads are full and you can't get in anywhere. And then in the summer, businesses have to prepare because they don't have all of that business in the summer. So they understand that. They don't get frustrated by it. They understand the cycles of their business. And this is just like any other business that has cycles. So Danielle, why don't you just go ahead and talk about what we're building here, and why does a global franchise make sense, and what does it mean to make money while you sleep, and all of that?
Yeah, I mean, you guys are so lucky, because first of all, if you join a team, you want to have incredible people leading the team, right? So you've got Shemane, and many of you are here because she's your team leader. Behind her is April and myself. So, you know, the bottom line is this. And when I was just in the UK and we launched Isogenics in the UK, like if you could just imagine for 1 second closing your eyes and imagine you had the very first Dunkin' Donuts or the very first McDonald's or the very first, Panera, and you're going into a brand new country and you're putting those franchises all over. And then after that, it's going to spread into Germany and Austria. And I kept telling them, and I'm going to tell you guys, you are the ground floor pioneers of Shemane and Ted's team. This is it. This is the inside circle. This is the backstage pass right here. Now, some of you will understand that, and you will be able to grow your capacity to understand the next piece of this puzzle, which is understanding the virtual franchise and the residual income piece. Because many of us were built, myself included, with the mindset to be an employee. Go to school, get the right, go to the right college, get the right degree, get out, gotta work for Merrill Lynch, gotta work on Wall Street. I mean, I did the same thing. I had a salary and bonus. And unless I was there, I didn't make money. Unless Shemane's teaching Zumba, you don't make money. Unless Bob's under someone's sink, fixing the sink, he's not gonna make money. Unless Brent is inside that ambulance doing his position, he's not gonna make money. If Rachel is not doing her clothing seamstress business, not making money, right? So Sarah, amazing employee in sales, and shared with me some of the things that she does. So,
and Richard, we can't forget Richard. He's so quiet here.
I know. Richard with a 7-day-a-week job. We've got to get Richard, right? So the reason why it's so important, you get to choose to grow your vision and to grow your capacity to understand that my identity and my ego doesn't always have to be what it was in the past. It's just the same as like I was sitting on the couch and now I decided to do the couch to the 5K. And then I did the 5K to the 10K. And now we've got Jessica who did the 10K and I think she did 100K this weekend. She was a couch person 3 years ago before she put the Isogenics in her body. It's the capacity to grow and evolve, and you're never too old to teach. You're never too young to teach the old dog new tricks. How does that go, Shemane? You've got the dogs. So, you guys, I had to wrap my head around what does it mean to build a global franchise? How does my voice start talking person to person advertising to create U+2, and then them +2, and then another 2, and you've got these groups of 3 people, and you're creating these consultants, and what you're doing essentially, and again, I don't like the word get, because we don't get anybody, but as we're sharing with new people, you're thinking about, it's a kind of entree into their networks, okay? So I didn't even know Shemane. She was a stranger. She became best friends. I didn't know Bob. Shemane knew Bob. Now I know Bob. We know Jody. And we know some of their family. And we know some of their friends. You see, you keep spreading this global network out, okay, as we amass more and more people using the products. What are they doing? They're making a shake. They're putting Rehydrate in their cup. They're eating a bar. I mean, they're just shopping from our grocery store. But you guys, what I want you to understand is that when you do U+2, we're helping you get those upfront bonuses. We are hell-bent on all of you eating for free. If you're not eating your package for free, we need to change that. That's your marching orders. We need to change that. We want everyone to be able to say we have 100% of the people that build with us, they eat for free right away. Because if you can truthfully tell your friend, I feel better, I sleep better, my skin is better, I cleaned out the garage before 8 o'clock in the morning, I've got the energy, and I ate for free because Shemane taught me a simple system, April and Danielle taught me this simple system. You're telling the truth, and we want to help more people be able to do that and leverage Isogenics system that's so easy. It's like a no-brainer. You've got to eat this for free. If you could do that, then you can tell 2 more people, and you certainly can tell 2 more people because the skill set is the same, right? Learning how to share, whether we share by doing some of April's trainings, how to share properly on social media, whether you piggyback on some of Shemane's lives, whether we do this Zoom But instead of just me and Shemane and April, you're at your dining room table with 7 or 8 neighbors, and the 3 of us zoom right in, and you put us on the iPad, and we talk to your neighbors. You don't have to do it alone. But we are all very committed. And this is the reason why, you guys, you got to stay with me. So Shemane's 1 year in. April's 2.5 years in. Now I'm approaching my 6-year anniversary. And what builds and builds and builds and builds over time, you guys, is exactly what I'm going to share with you. Mark and I have enrolled approximately 370 people direct to us. So on this whole screen, the only person that counts is April, because I enrolled April. I did not enroll Shemane. April enrolled Shemane, okay? And we got paid the highest cycle week ever. We were in Europe. The first week we were in Europe, we're coming off the mocha shake. Big week, right? Everybody ordered their mocha shakes. We've got new customers for June Boom. June traditionally is not a good month, you guys. Every business is cyclical. Normally not a great month. Lots of graduation parties, lots of barbecues, lots of boating, opening up the pool. You know, people are starting to vacation. So normally not the best month. We cycled more than ever before in our business while we were away in Europe and didn't work that week. And you guys were being paid on almost 22,000 people. And we only enrolled, 350, 60, 70. So that just keeps multiplying and exponentially growing, you guys. And we got a phone call from Donovan that for the month of June, Mark and I are number 100 domestically and number 116 in Isogenics globally. There's only 550,000, Isogenics people of all. And my best friend, one of my best friends, Lisa, is in the top, 7-figure earners. And Lynn Hagedorn, our other friend, is number 1 in this whole company. I mean, from 100 to number 1, I'm going to close the gap, you guys. I know where I'm going. I am going lower, lower, lower. My business is going to get bigger, bigger, bigger. I am willing to take Shemane and her whole clan with me to the top. I know I'm taking April. I know I'm taking Shemane. I have a feeling I'm taking Rachel. She's not going anywhere because she came to an event and she saw how much fun it is. She's not going anywhere. But I want you guys to kind of catch the vision, and that's why we are driving home the point. Got to lead by example. You got to be a consultant. You got to be getting your products paid for. We're gonna sweep you up on our wave, right? You're surfing with the right people, but you got to be personally responsible. You got to use the products well, and you got to be teaching and sharing with other people. And you don't have to do much more than ask us to partner with you for that piece, because I'll hand it back over to April. That's what we want to help you get clear on, how to go ahead and launch yourself so you can expand your business and start attracting more people to you. And I think a lot of that clarity will come when you come to Las Vegas with us. So we do have some extra tickets, and if you're on this group, we would like to have we're standing for 100% participation in Las Vegas. All right, April, you're up.
Agreed. One of the things that you mentioned, Danielle, that I just want to make sure to clarify, because everyone's new here, is that Isogenics really has different layers of paying and how you earn money. Because when you work in a job that is salary-based or hourly-based, you really can calculate, I worked X amount of hours, I get paid X amount of dollars per hour, so I make this amount of money. Or I work 50 weeks a year for this amount of money and I get 2 weeks vacation. So when Danielle was talking about being in the UK and having her highest cycle week, I wanted to make sure that you understand what that means. What that means is, in the beginning, when we have our piece of real estate, our franchise, is when you open your account, you have the right to become a business builder. Now, as Shemane said, 80% of people will not do that, and that's okay. That's their own personal choice. But we want to make sure that they enjoy their product experience and they feel amazing, right? That's our responsibility. But when you start to see the vision and you enroll somebody, so let's say, I enrolled Shemane bought her package, and I got a bonus, like a tip for helping her open her package. That's a one-time payment you earn based on somebody opening an account. Now, as you grow, there are a few other layers of payment, which we'll send you a video. We would prefer to not waste your time to explain all of this right now because it's in a very simple video that Kathy Coover explains perfectly in 15 minutes, and you can watch it over and over. I encourage you to watch it. And Danielle actually posted a brand new one Jim Coover did, right? The latest compensation video. So maybe can you put that in the chat, the link to that? Make sure that you copy that down and watch that too, because you really need to understand if you are being paid. Good. If you're being paid on commission, you got to understand, well, how is that working? Okay. But when she says, so now that Danielle has really built a mature business and it's taken time, and she has grown not only the amount of people that she has personally sponsored, but she as a leader has helped those 20% of people who said, raise their hand, I would like to know how to either get my products for free or I would like to build a business. Someone needs to mute. So she has taken her time and invested it into helping other people grow their franchises, which is how she's grown to a network of, how many did you say, Danielle? 22,000? So now when she's in Europe, right, launching the UK and meeting some new people, she and Mark have a consumer network customer base of 22,000 people who order, and they have their own accounts and they get their products shipped to them direct. So Danielle's not talking to 22,000 people, right? She's not doing that. She has built and grown her business where people are ordering the products and she and Mark are earning the residual part of the plan. And that's what we're growing to, is to where you can earn off of the repeat orders of the network of people you've grown. And so that's what I wanted to make sure they understand, is this is not just a one-time payment type of a business. This is something that, no matter if you throw, if Danielle decides to throw her phone in the lake and she's not going to show up for the next month, as long as she has her auto ship, her 100 BV, and that's the crazy thing about this, is that you have the overhead for your business never grows. A 100-point order is about $175. Imagine a global business that you could have, a global franchise, where you have 22,000 customers and your overhead is $175. Like, to me, that sounds insane. Does that not sound insane? That you don't have to deal with product, you don't have to accept returns, you don't have to ship anything, you don't have to answer any calls on customer service, you don't have to pay workers' comp, you don't have to have insurance for employees, none of it. So that's what is really so appealing about doing this kind of a business, is you can take it with you wherever you go. So I just want to share my screen really quick and show you exactly what we want you to do tonight, because we have a challenge for you that Shemane's going to share. But we would like everybody who's listening, who is on board and says, I want to ride this wave with us, to make a commitment to get to consultant, meaning have your 2 active people by Wednesday of this week. We need to know you're serious and you're on board, because as Shemane said, she's in a different city every day. We have a lot of people, Danielle is managing a lot of people, and we need to know where it's best to spend our time and who we really need to help. And so the very dipping your toe in the shallow end is really just getting your 2 people. It's so simple, right? It can be your spouse and your best friend. You don't even have to know social media. So some of the stuff we're talking about, you don't need to get so overwhelmed and think it's so hard. We all have our 2 or 3 or 4 people who we could call them and say, listen, just support me on this. Just give it a chance. Will you give me 30 days to try this? Like, I really want your feedback. I really value, this has made a difference in my life. I'm looking for people to support me. And that's why I'm asking you. It can be that simple. It doesn't have to be any more complicated than that. But I'm going to share my screen really quickly with you and show you what we have here. So you can see at my website is apriloleary.com. Can you see that? Everyone sees that? Good. Okay, there's a password here. It's right here. It's the last one on the far right. But there's one thing I want to show you. The password is just Isogenics, no capitals, nothing, just the word Isogenics. when you get into here, what you're going to see are different tabs. And in the Start Here tab, this first tab, when you go down, it's going to give you exactly copy and paste what you can do on social media. The first thing is, do not use the word isogenics on social media. Don't say, I'm using isogenics, look at my shakes, look at this, because then you've taken all the mystery out of it. We want to really just highlight the results. Like you can see the recent Facebook post I put up was just me in these shorts that they're way too big for me now. I didn't say what it is or why they're too big, but you're creating curiosity. People like, why are your shorts too big? Why, you know, what are you doing? So right here at the face, this is a sample post right here. You can, and it gives you in parentheses exactly, you know, exactly who you can, you know, customize this. And you can customize and ad lib as much as you want. Make it sound like you, okay? Then it says here, when your friends start commenting, it's giving you samples of what you're going to comment back. Because you may comment back, hey, I'm starting a 30-day nutrition program. I'm so excited. I'm a little nervous. You know, I'm hoping to lose some weight, or I want to get some energy. I've been too tired to keep up with my kids, or oh my God, my kids are driving me crazy. They're home going, you know, running around the house all summer, or I'm, you know, whatever your story is, doesn't matter. You're just putting it out there. And then when people comment, what are you doing? What are you doing? Here's what you do. You comment, it's amazing, tag their name. I'll send you a private message with more info. Everyone knows how to private message on Facebook? You all know how to do that, right? Yes? Okay. So you message them back. Hey, so excited. I'd love for you to be my accountability buddy. Can I introduce you to my friend who shared with me? This is where you're segueing. You're taking the pressure off of yourself and you're putting it onto me or Danielle or Shemane. Don't feel like you've got to get on and you've got to explain products and how it works and what it is and how much it costs. Don't get into all of that. Just say, you know, I'm super new. I don't really know exactly, but I would love to introduce you to my friend. And then just create a 3-way Facebook message with one of us in it. So simple, right? This is how easy it is. And you're going to do that with every person who comments. This is just a very simple way to get yourself out of the gates, okay? And in the meantime, add to the private Facebook group. So you can add them into Shemane's ambassadors so they can start to get a feel for what we're doing in there. And then at the bottom, there's some other resources here. So there's other tabs here, business basics, board of directors, daily mindset. There's a little social media training manual, and then there's some other serious, you know, if you're really going to take it to the top level here. But the other site that we want you to know about is theisodreamteam.com. So those are the two sites. So the AprilO'Leary.com, go to the training center, password isogenics. The Facebook strategy is right there. Follow it. Okay, here on theisodreamteam.com, there are tracking sheets that you can use and download. Very simple. If you scroll down, you'll see that there are all the calls. If you want to plug into training calls, if you want to plug into product opportunity calls so you can hear how isogenics is being presented, we encourage you to do that. You can also always utilize those calls to invite your prospects to them, okay? And as Danielle mentioned, under the network marketing, you can see truths and lies about network marketing, and there's some little audios you can listen to. Toolbox right here. You can see there's presentation tools, resources. Here's the handling objections and concerns that Shemane mentioned. And this is a huge Evernote file that you can go to. So this is how simple we want to make it for you. We don't want you to feel overwhelmed, but we do want you to feel like you can do this. Like, this is not rocket science. This is just simply sharing, letting people make the decision. You're an educator, not a convincer. You're not trying to convince people or get them, as Danielle said, to do anything. You're just sharing from your heart what made a difference for you and you're letting them decide. I know a lot of people have like a fear of rejection, like someone's going to reject them. This isn't about you.
April, can I
Take
just
yourself out of the picture? It's not about you. It's about you sharing and letting people decide. Yes, Danielle. That's
April,
all
can I jump in just for 1 second?
Yes.
Because you said it the other day on one of your great Facebook Lives. You are a farmer. You're sharing, but you can use the analogy of just planting seeds. And you know what, you guys? When we're going to have Richard tell you in a minute or two what happened to him yesterday, and it's just the person who plants the most seeds wins. That's all. Because out of every 100 people that we plant seeds with, you probably have to plant 1,000 seeds to have 100 people say, okay, I'll try and put the products in my body. And then out of that 100 people, 80 of them might just be customers, and out of the other 20, some people are going to use it and love it and maybe share it. And then there's going to be this small little percentage group of us that is going to be the ones who see the big, typhoon tidal wave and are going to ride the wave all the way, you guys. And it's going to change some of your lives, because in the next 12 and 24 and 36 months, as we expand into not only through the UK, but through the EU and do the rest of Europe, some of you are going to have so much volume coming in the tree that if you understand how the cycles work, that you are on this giant wave of momentum with our team, it's going to be a game changer. It'll be a life changer. I mean, we're creating legacy income for our children and our grandchildren. Many of you have jobs, like are doing paycheck to paycheck, and maybe you are having a 401k, or maybe you are hoping that you'll have enough to retire, but it's not creating that legacy income to pass to the next generation. And one of the things Mark was sharing with me this morning, he spoke to our financial guy, that his projections as we age has us earning more and more money. As people age in America, I mean, how many people would like to know how to make more money as you age, right? I mean, at Shemane at 55, that's amazing. My goal is to have her celebrating 57 and 58 and be making $1 million a year in her business. Who makes that kind of money as they keep getting older, right, you guys? People want to wind down and then hope they have enough to live on. This is a total opposite paradigm, but you have to grow yourself personally. And anyway, planting seeds. And April did this really cute thing, you don't stand over it watching it saying, grow. You're supposed to be growing. This row of seeds is supposed to be growing, and it's not growing. You just go plant more seeds. It's very simple, and people get all bent out of shape about it. So we just want to make sure we're really helpful, that we can encourage you guys to make it easy and fun. Because if it's easy and fun, you're going to want to plant more and more seeds. So, Shemane, you want to introduce Richard to tell his quick story?
Yes, and I also wanted to give you a little notice about how we want to make this fun for you. And as soon as Richard's going to tell us his 30-second story about what happened to him yesterday, and Rachel's going to tell a 30-second story, I'm going to tell you how this is going to be so attractive to you that you can't not do it. And plus we're going to have so much fun. When Danielle and I and April get together, Bob and Jody, just nod your heads. Did we have fun last year or not? See, yeah. Okay, Richard, tell us what happened to you recently. Yep.
Let me unmute here. Okay. I'm new at this, so I'm gonna just share what happened. First of all, I want to say this, Shemane, we would jump over the moon for you. We want you to know that we love you, and we all want to succeed in this, and we're in it with you, and we're doing what we can. So, on with the story. Yesterday, I went to a meeting to where it was called Back to the Basics. So I was just trying to find out some things, get some information, learn some more things. So I walk into this meeting room at this restaurant, and there's a bunch of chairs open, and this guy was patting the chair and says, come sit with me. and I get this weird feeling come over me, like, what the heck? Who in the heck is this? Is this some strange dude or something, you know? So I went over there and sat down next to him. He started talking to me. He started asking me a bunch of questions and, you know, my name and all this stuff. And I'm really getting this weird feeling inside, you know? And so the meeting starts. So we have this thing going on to where the lady that's in charge of it, Sarah Rue, and she was telling us, you know, what is our feeling about isogenics, 1 to 10? What is our feeling about this or that? And all of my answers were 10, but the network marketing was 3. So this gentleman next to me says, well, why is that? I said, well, I had some bad experiences when I was younger with network marketing and this and this. He said, well, it's not like that anymore, and all this. So I prejudged this guy. I thought, man, who in the heck are you, you know? And I found out a lot about myself with this thing that's happened. So Sarah gets up there and says, well, we got a special guest today, and we would like to introduce Tim Darnell, I'm sorry, Isogenics millionaire. So this guy next to me stands up, and I'm sitting there looking at him, and he's looking at Sarah, and I'm going, oh, you got to be kidding me. You know, I'm like, I prejudged this guy and everything, and I'm sitting next to an Isogenics millionaire and didn't even know it. And I'm sitting there going, oh my God. I felt like crawling under the table. But what I learned from that is I prejudged when I walked in and he sat down, I already prejudged him and already, you know, put a label on him. And I find that I'm doing that with people. And it's something I've got to learn not to do. And it was a teaching moment, and it was a moment that, you know, I was humbled. And I just, you know, maybe that's part of my frustrations. You know, I try, what I learned is I need to stop looking at myself and get myself out of the way and start loving people more. So that's my deal. So, to tell you, it hasn't been easy. I've been frustrated. I had 2 people sign up and then they fall away. And it's like, I did get frustrated, but I've been doing this mind and body, and I've been doing this growth you, and I'm starting taking yoga. Ta-da!
Good for you. High five. That's awesome. Good for you.
And anyway, I started doing breathing exercises and stuff, and I don't want to go into any drama. Okay, I don't want to do that, but anyway, I learned something about myself. And I got to get myself out of the way. And that was my major problem. Are they going to be able to afford this? Are they going to be, you know, it's not about me. It's not about me. You know, I can't look at somebody and say, hey. And Shemane, I want to say this, okay? This is doable. As long as I can say, hey, how are you? I understand that, you know, your life and everything. This is doable. This is what would be the word? You're there. I can't think of the word right at the moment. I'm getting all choked up. I'm sorry. Okay, let me say this. I like the thing. I'm like a dog in high weeds. Sometimes I'm in there and I can't find my way out. Okay, and let's take Happy and Sadie. If they were in the high weeds and they heard your voice and you yelled at them, they would come to your voice. Mm-hmm. So since the reason why I signed up for Isogenics is because of you and what you said, it took months. Don't get me wrong. It took my father passing away for me to it being the thing that changed me health-wise. But I need to hear your voice every once in a while. I signed up with you. I need to hear your voice. That's all. That's it. I mean, I want to tell you right now, I'm not a crazy. I'm okay. All right. I know I come in off the internet, but I'm all right. I got grandkids. I got children. I got a happy life. So I just want to say we love you. And I didn't mean to take up as much time, but
that's all right.
I'm humble.
Well, we appreciate you being here. We appreciate that you said yes. And sometimes it does take something drastic in our lives for us to make a huge change. And sorry to hear about your father's passing. And I hope that somehow this can bring more light and love and happiness to your life, because you're getting healthy and you're just planting the seeds and you're walking away. We're not watching them grow. And you mentioned something that I want to just touch on really quick. And we got 10 minutes. I want to promise we're going to get you out in an hour.
Sorry.
No. It's all great. Like, I wish we could talk to each and every one of you, which is why if you guys aren't on the Rock Your Business Marco Polo, I'm on there. April and Danielle are on there. So
if you're not on there, put your cell phone number in the chat so we can make sure to add you in, because we do need to invite you by your cell phone. I'll do that later.
And then
if you don't know what we're talking about, please type your cell phone in there and then download the Marco Polo app. Go ahead. Sorry, Shemane.
I wanted to bring something up that you said, Richard. When you're kind of lost, you're in the woods, and this resonated with me. I wrote a book, this one, Married to a Rock Star. And in it, I talked about a situation in my life that happened a long time ago. And I wrote about it, so I'm not saying anything new. When my husband had an affair, and I have all these books are self-help books, all of them. And could they tell me what to do in that situation? No. Sometimes when you're in the eye of the storm, you got to figure out how to get through that storm all on your own. Sorry. You got to use everything that you have inside you and figure it out. I can't do it for you. Danielle and April can't do it for you. We can help you. We can make suggestions. But sometimes if we're talking about storms and being in the woods and the tall weeds, you got to find your own way out. But here with Rock Your Business, we are here to help guide you. Sometimes we don't have all the answers, but we can say, hey, try this. Try this when somebody has an objection of something else. But you'll find your way, Richard and everybody else, and we all do, and we all have. And that's why if you joined late, April will send the replay. And I talked about a situation that, you know, I'm just being honest. It's not always easy. We all have days like this. It's up and down. It's a roller coaster. I'm no different. I know I start out like happy all the time, but you know, we all have things in life that bring us to our knees. And I think the more that we surround ourselves with positive people and people who uplift us, and this is something that I learned when I was at Isogenics headquarters with April a couple of weeks ago in Phoenix. I feel like, and Stephen, what is Stephen's last name, Danielle? Stephen Lavodi?
Lavodi.
Yeah.
Stephen mentioned this to me when we were at the convention last year, the Isogenics celebration, that I had only been taking the products for 10 days. And my son Rocco is very spiritual, and I'm very spiritual. And I felt when I literally within a day of taking the products, like I said at the beginning, when I'm in something, I'm all in. I'm in it. And if I say I'm going to do something, I'm in it. And I started taking all of the products. And I want to say, a very spiritual awakening. And I found out when we visited the Isogenics home office, which was amazing, gorgeous. They had all these beautiful crystals everywhere. Did you notice that, April and Danielle? And I found out that the Ionic Supreme, the water that's used to create the Ionic Supreme, is filtered through crystal rock that can be thousands or millions of years old. So there is the minerals that you're getting from that. All of these products are like super science. And Stephen talked about this because we as Americans, we don't really, Danielle, you've just gone to Europe, so you know what food tastes like. Do you know what I'm saying? Food tastes different in different countries. Our topsoil has been so contaminated and so denuded from the essential minerals that they don't have that problem in New Zealand, where these products are grown and raised. And honestly, with the happy cows mentality, it makes a big difference if you think about it. What's good for us, we get to exercise every day and we're better, we're healthier, happier people. Well, if you're ingesting products from, cattle that are born and raised in the same spot, they never get a chance to exercise, how's that going to make you feel? Wouldn't you rather ingest products from happy cows? I know I would. So for me, it's spiritual awakening, and I'm all in. So I want to. We got. Oh my gosh, we might run a little bit late, but Rachel, can you tell us a quick story about what happened yesterday, how you were able to put this together, and a quick story about how Rachel and I met. Rachel is my seamstress, and talk about planting seeds. Well, go ahead and tell the story, Rachel.
No, you're fine. I've known Shemane for several years, and she's always been awesome and amazing fitness instructor. And I took her Zumba classes here in Texas, and we kind of didn't see each other for a while when I closed my alteration business when my mom passed away. And so we hadn't seen her in a while. So I saw her on Facebook last August when her and Danielle and April went to Celebration. And all she posted was, I found some products that have given me amazing energy. And I just stopped and thought, anything that gives this woman, this incredible woman, energy, I want a part of. So she wasn't even home. I think I messaged her maybe, and she sent me her website link. I went on her website and put myself in the tree. And here I am, almost a year later. I'm fixing to have my 1-year anniversary too. And it's just absolutely amazing. And yesterday was so much fun, and I was terribly scared and terribly nervous, and everything was fine. Nobody cared that I didn't have all the answers, and Shemane didn't have all the answers. We just kind of bounced off of each other. It was great.
It worked out better that we didn't plan it so far ahead, because, sometimes when you do that, you lose the momentum and it gets too professional looking and people get turned off by that. So it was great. You did an awesome job.
It was 48 hours. She called me on Wednesday and we put it together, and I had 2 of my people there. They both brought 2 people each. And then there was one girl that I've been talking to from the week before who came and brought a girl. And I think they're all going to get in. So yeah, it was absolutely perfect. It was ideal. So thank you, Shemane, for your help.
Great. And that's what we want to do here. And I'm going to, and I know April and Danielle are going to help me wrap this up. But here's what I wanted to share with you guys. We want you to come to Las Vegas with us. We want you to come to Las Vegas with us. We want you to come to Las Vegas. Did I say we want you to come to Las Vegas with us? Not only, and I don't know why you wouldn't want to, because look at April and Danielle. I mean,
Tony Robbins!
That's what I was getting at. You can train with with April and Danielle. April is going to be the next Ice Body Challenge winner, and Danielle's going to be the next millionaire, and then there's Tony Robbins. Like, who could ask for more? So you can, here's what I'm going to offer you. By Wednesday, we want you to, and this is asking a lot, but you guys are our dream team. We want to work with you. We're going to give all that we can to help you. But here's what we want you to get. 2 people by Wednesdays. That's you plus 2. That's your, like April said, that's your husband and your mom, or your sister and your coworker. Get your 2 people if you haven't already done that. You get a free training with April, Danielle, and I, and Tony Robbins, and we'll also get you free lunch. We're going to have a couple of lunch and learns. I think Bob and Jody, you saw when we did that last year. We were out in the 100-degree weather in Las Vegas, but we hopefully, and then also Danielle's
Mark says we're doing it in our suite in the air conditioning.
Good, in the suite and air conditioning. Okay, so here's what I'm going to ask you to do. Tonight, make your list. And I know Rachel and Bob and Jody and people who have been in it for longer, you've probably already done that. Make your list again. This is your homework. Make your list. Who do you know? We're going to help you respond to objectives, like April had shared all that information with you. We're going to teach you, if you don't know already, how to direct message people. Sometimes, like Rachel said, she was scared. I couldn't tell that. But the more you do it, the easier it'll get. Sometimes you just got to put one foot in front of the other and ask. And when you get presented like I did with somebody that I've known who has a loved one that's got cancer, you're in. You're all in. Brent would know. You're at, a scene and you're a paramedic. You just get in and do it, right, Brent? Sometimes you don't know if you're prepared enough, but you get prepared, right?
Instinct set in.
It's what?
Your instinct set in.
It's done. Can I share a funny story with you? We're going to go over.
Make it quick. I don't want Ted to get angry.
Yeah, right? He's got leftover pizza. He'll be okay. So here's a funny story about instincts. I'll try and make it quick. So my son Rocco was about 10. My nephew Stephen was with us, and I and my dad, we went to Cedar Point. Anybody know where Cedar Point is? It's on the water in Ohio. And you do? Okay, good. Sarah knows her. So we took my dad's boat, went over to Cedar Point. We had a nice day there. And all of a sudden, it was Rocco and my nephew were on this big Ferris wheel, just huge thing that went around while it's going around. So I'm there at the bottom waiting for them, watching them. Excuse me. And then all of a sudden, I hear something going on, and I look behind me. It's like a mass exodus. Everybody was running. Everybody was running behind me. And I look up, and as far as the eye could see, it was a tornado, a wall of a tornado. There was no sky. It was a tornado. I'm like, shit. Here's Rocco and my nephew around this big Ferris wheel, and the Ferris wheel operator starts taking off. And I went, oh, no, you don't. You get those kids down. So I made him stay there. Everybody's running. And so long story short, we got the kids down. Everybody's running. I'm like, where do we go? What do we do? There was an arcade right across. I'm like, we can't make it out of this area. We got to find shelter now. So we go into the arcade, and I'm yelling at the kids, get down, put your head in your knees. Talk about instinctual training. And there were these big, huge stuffed animals on the wall, and I got up on the pinball machines, and I grabbed the stuffed animals, and I threw them at the kids. I'm like, put them over your head. Anyway, it's a funny story. It turned out to be a water spout, and everything was fine. There's no tornado, just rain incessantly. And you probably know about water spouts there, right? It looks bad, but it's not. So anyway, I just want to give you a little bit of, that only took me 90 seconds, a little bit of, okay, so you got your homework. Your homework is make your list. Who do you know? Tonight you do that. Tomorrow, contact at least 10 people. Text message them.
10.
What are you saying? 10 people. 10. Direct message them, text message them, contact 10 new people every day this week. Then tomorrow night. Now you can still go to your work, and you can, while you get on social media, take a break from social media, from posting things. Tomorrow night, or tonight if you can, if you want to get your homework, if you're the type of person that gets all your homework done in one night, you can do it tonight. Create a social media post where, like April said, you're not talking about, you can show this, wow, this is great. Or you can show what April did, show her pants that are bigger. Or you can show April's Isobody challenge, or just talk about how you feel. What resonated with Rachel was that I feel amazing. And Ted and I talk about that all the time too. Don't put too much thought into it, but that's your start. So here's my gift to you, how this is going to be fun. We want you to come to Las Vegas with us. We want you to train with April, Danielle, and I, and Tony Robbins. Like, you would have to pay thousands of dollars to go, thousands and thousands, right, Danielle? Like mortgage the home to go see Tony Robbins. I'm going to give you, for whoever gets there too by Wednesday, I have 5 free tickets. 5 free tickets. The first 5 will get a free ticket if you're not already going. If you're going, guess what? You can give it to somebody, one of your people that you want to go. Now, I'm going to pick this date. By 7/22 is Rocco's birthday. The first 5 people, or the top 5 people who enroll the most by 7/22, I will be giving away $250 cash for the first person. Second is $150. The third is $50. The fourth is $25. Fifth is $25. So the top 5 people, I'm giving you cash and a chance to go see April and Danielle and Tony Robbins. And me. So that's it.
Vegas spending money, man. That's awesome.
Spending money. All right, so any questions? We're going to wrap this up. I'm going to get in trouble. We're all going to get in trouble if we don't close soon. April and Danielle, any last words or any questions that we haven't asked? You can write them on the side in the comment section.
I can share this recording on the Rock Your Business page on Facebook, you guys. We're also doing a lot of the Marco Polo with quick messages. We love it. If you're not on it, I think, Clint, you put up your thing. April will loop you in there. And, yeah, just the last final word is, you know, I was excited yesterday chatting with Richard immediately when he walked out of that meeting. And I said, Richard, the only thing different between you and that ISA millionaire, the only thing different is that burning desire in your belly. Like, they're just regular people, you know. They didn't graduate from Harvard or have a genius IQ or anything like that. They're just regular people, and the difference is that fire in the belly that takes hold of you and makes you do the homework day in and day out, even when you get the no's, even when someone sends back their package because they didn't like it. Yes, that's the right one. You got the right one. That's the one. But that's the only difference. So out of the folks, the 14 that are here, April just dropped down. We have 13 on. You know,
April got in trouble.
Yeah, April was like, hold the hook
on the door.
That's why I didn't have my camera on the beginning. I was like gobbling down my dinner. But that's it, you guys. You know, out of the 13 of you, it's like, who really will be here at the end of the day? You know, when we take an inventory of our team and we talk about way back when we really first started. And it's really nice to see. I have people that are with me for 5 years, you know, I'm going on 6 years that, you know, I'm taking them to the top come hell or high water. So I'm just thankful for all of you to be part of this with us. And I'm really interested and excited to give you all hugs and kisses when we get to Vegas. So if you had no intention of coming, when you get off the phone tonight, find a cheap flight, make it happen. Part of doing this, guys, is just make shit happen. Like, that's how you get this business run. This is not like on-the-job training. It's get the shit done. Make it happen. That's what we do here, and it just works.
And you'd be surprised who you might end up sitting next to on a plane and start sharing with them, you know. I always bring extra products when because I end up giving it all away. Okay, so if you go on Marco Polo, I'm going to be there tomorrow. I'm going to check in and see if you've done your homework. Just please remember to make your comments like under 2 minutes, because if they go on long, it's hard to get through them all. Any real super quick questions that we did not cover that anybody else had? Unmute yourself and ask.
Yes. Is this my marching papers? Is this my
marching orders?
Okay, marching orders. Yes.
Yes.
Anybody else? Any other questions? You got it? You got your homework? Are we clear on the homework?
We love you guys.
Make your list. All right, love you guys, and I'll see you on Marco Polo.
Okay, bye. Bye.
Look at what I have.